Today I want to show you how we go from this to this. Today we're going to go over lighting for a YouTube channel. Now, if you followed for the last few years, you know that I have tons of videos on photography lighting, but today we're going to try to show you how to set up a studio so that way your videos pop just a little bit more than normal. Before we get started, just a quick shout out to GODOX for sending me out a light that we used as the key light, and I'll show you some details on that in a little bit, but let's show where all the lights are. First I'm going to turn everything off with the exception of the light in the very back. I have one of the LED LIFX. We have a light in the back that is controlled by an app, and you can change different colors. You can change it from red, green, blue. You get the idea. We can change quite different colors, a little bit of the brightness values as well. And then we have key light first, and this is the light that was sent out to me by GODOX. I have this with a big octo with a grid on it. With the grid, the whole point of having the grid is to make sure that the light goes in the forward position so that way it does not hit the background, because I want to try to preserve the shadows in the back so that way the color can be seen. Light number 2. Turn this on and off. I've got a 2-foot LED tube underneath my monitor, and that adds a little bit of a fill to fill in some of the bags under my eyes. I just turned 50, so we have a light in the back to highlight some of the stuff I have on the walls. And then we have a light that's behind my computer. And then that light there is a rim light for some separation. And then we have a light in the very back. Now, do you need all these lights? You don't. You don't really need a light. If you have a big window, you can create content, with a natural light. But if you're OCD like me, you want your images to look a bit different because of lighting, and so therefore pretty easy to say that you'd want your videos to look a little bit different as well. I'll do a pullback shot so you can actually see the lights and what they're doing. So I'm going to record from my view so you can see all of the lights, all the positions. You can see the camera set up there. And I've got a Atomos Ninja V on the side just so I can see what is on the screen. I also have an HDMI out from the Atomos Ninja V via the Camlink 4K going into the computer. And this is where the GODOX lights that I got in is positioned, and I'll do a pull away shot there too. We have the 2-foot LED tube underneath the desk. The C stand has another 2-footer up top to hit on the wall. And behind this computer, it's another 2-foot. And here, this is me trying to be a producer of EDM music. It's not going very well so far. That's where the bulb is. And the reason why I'm a huge fan of the GODOX light is because I also use a ton of the GODOX strobe as well. For other jobs, I've got the Pro Photos. A little more consistent, a little more color control, but you can't beat the price of the GODOX. So there's a 4-footer behind here. Then I have another 4-footer and a C-stand here. So that C-stand holds this one for the rim. That holds that 4-footer over there for the background light. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the LED tubes. And then we'll show you 300. Now, are all those lights mandatory? They're not. I'm just a little bit extra. I've been using this light setup pretty much all day long trying to record content, and I will tell you, this light here, the key light, is bright. I actually have a aperture 300, and I was using that to be the main light source. And it's good, it's a solid light. It has a separate power bank, it's expensive. I think it was $900, $1,000. And for the price, it has beautiful light. It's a bicolor, same thing as this one. Has a bunch of different effects, same as this one. But for $1,000, I think this one on the website on Amazon is like $250. I'll post a link down below. For $250, is it worth it? 100% yes. When I pulled it out of the box, very, very heavy, felt very durable, you know, and it's able to connect it up to the app, and to be able to control all the lights with one app, it makes it really super nice. And the only downside is you don't have the ability to do external power, so you can't put like a V-mount battery on it. If you're doing it for a YouTube channel, it's all that you need. One of the reasons why I highly recommend people to get into YouTube, especially now, is becoming harder and harder to be a creative and to try to get business on Instagram. Social media has made it tougher and tougher. One of the ways to reclaim the engagement or the reach is to provide value. When you provide value, as opposed to the way that it used to be. You know, we used to be able to post images and people would comment, like, send inquiries, because the content would be sent out to everybody that followed you. It hasn't been like that in a long, long time. Now the algorithm has changed so much in that it doesn't matter if people follow you or not. Now what matters is do they have an interest in what the algorithm thinks your channel is all about. On Instagram, if you're in a business where you're trying to get people to give you money and you are not giving money to the platform, they really don't have any incentive to send followers your way if you're not providing any value for people to look at your content and stay on the platform longer. You could have the most amazing images, but if it's just to showcase your skills or to market your business and you're not adding anything back into the pockets of Meta, it's gonna be really hard to get Meta to be nice to you. So how can you reclaim some power on social media? By providing value, by having maybe not necessarily a YouTube channel, but by creating reels and talking head videos. You know, if you're in my age group, if you're a little bit older, you know, we may not be able to create the coolest, most hip reels, you know, but what we can provide is knowledge, information, stories, you know, inspiration, motivational little short stories, things that can inspire people to do better and bigger things. A lot of people don't read captions. And so if you're able to speak on camera and talk on camera, it increases the odds of you being put in front of people to hear your message. And then once they hear your message and once they are drawn to what you are about, they are going to be more likely to possibly want to work with you and give you money. I've got a few details about the light. If it's something that you think would be valuable for you and what you have set up for your business, I'll put a link so you can find the products right away. But it's been a while since I've been back. I've got a lot of videos upcoming. For those of you who don't know, I actually am retiring at the end of the year from shooting as much as I have over the last 15 years. And now I'm dedicating most of my time to creating educational content for here. So you're going to see a lot of me a lot more often. And if you have any questions, if you want to see anything in particular, be sure to leave a comment down below. And hopefully we'll see you in the next video. See you then.